center, let's say that the main point was summer job from hell. Now, in this mind map, summer job from hell. Why is this summer job labeled that it is a job from hell and not from heaven or from glory or something like that? Reason: unemployment. Money friends or little money, right? Pay underpayment or not even being paid, right? Hours, 11 hours per day, no transport. Advice: avoid talking English. If you are ladies, avoid any parties. This is what I am parties. These are the ones who are in parties. These are ladies only party, and they call them main party. Ask them why they call them main party. They are not ladies, so they are not telling. Don't work in hotels and so forth. So, the idea there is that you are for this job, right, from here, right? So what are the things, right, that qualify for this summer jobs to be hated so much to say that this is a job from here, right? If someone gives you a job and you say no, this job is like it's a job from hell, right? Because you are underpaid and then you are not paid at all. Why you want to take that job is because you are unemployed, right? So you have no choice. You say, okay, maybe I will try to ask. But when you go there, you find that you are underpaid. You also find that you work long hours, right? And then you are told, well, you cannot work in a hotel, right? You can only work maybe in the places which are very, very tough or uncomfortable, right? You cannot have parties there, right? And so on. Now the conditions for that kind of job, there's no training. In terms of management, they are very unfair and so on and so forth. They overwork their people and so on. The duties that you undertake, you save breakfast, you save lunch, you save minibus and so on and so forth, but you don't partake in all this. For example, you're saving breakfast, but you say no, you do not eat anything yourself, right? And you are saving lunch, very savory lunch, but you cannot take, and so on. So this is just an example Colonel style. That is an example of a some style of not checking. This style was introduced at Cornell University for student nurses. What happens there is that you divide your paper. First of all, you put a line there, and then you put a line here, right? On this, you write your main notes, right? And here you write some questions and some vocabulary that you have been introduced, and some main ideas. And then below here you write a summary. What is also very important about the notes is that you have to, since you are writing very fast, you cannot afford sometimes when people are talking to write full sentences. So you have to have your own abbreviations. For example, for experiment, you can write that abbreviation. Education aid, curriculum CUR, probably support, exercise, task, importance, NG, and some symbols. If you have got a symbol like that one, it means that you are increasing or going up or rising. This one, descending, lowering. This one leads to coming from or the result of, and so on. As we say, when you are making notes, you have to make sure that you are taking notes in such a way that they will have a meaning to you. Don't take notes so much so that you are unable to decipher at the end. For example, I was sitting next to a colleague at some point, and we were listening to someone talking. And then my colleague was writing profusely. So I said to myself, maybe I'm the only one who is not serious. Why is my colleague writing profusely? I was just making just a few notes here and there, or no notes at all. Right? So at the end of it all, I said, put a few of these points, and I share your notes. So we shared. When I was looking at what this guy was writing, these notes didn't make meaning because he was even quoting someone when he was making a joke. He wrote a joke there and things like that. Keep not brief and in phrases. And leave some spaces where you can jot down something. Make just one set of notes. Because if you make several sets of notes, then they are going to give you some problems. Number your pages. Use abbreviations, headings, and tags. And finally, remember, study your notes. Because if you do not, then that was the introduction. Now, as Prophet Ezekiel would say, let us go into details. Because we talked about those models that the methods, the current methods, mind map, and so on. Is this statement correct? That we do not have good note-taking skills? That because we do not have good note-taking skills, we do not take most out of our lectures and so on. So, if we agree, right, then we have to pay attention. Let us recap. Why should we take notes? Well, we take notes because our lecturers tell us information that is not available sometimes in textbooks, and they make connections with those information that we can get from textbooks. We were talking about Karl Marx here, right? Some of the things that we are talking about, right? In the textbook you read that, well, Karl Marx said that religion is the opium of the poor, right? But in the textbooks, I doubt whether there is any textbook that will refer you to Matafari's song. So your lecturer was playing the Matafari song, right? About the white coming and giving us the religion and so on and so forth, and then we embraced the religion and we forgot our ways of doing things, right? So that was a connection, right, between the theory, the capitalist theory, versus communism that Karl Marx is talking about, and our situation, right? Not to serve as a file of information. In other words, they become a storehouse of information for later use in preparation for examinations. Which I'm just started marking, so next week we will discuss the examination. And I'm enjoying marking because PhD people also enjoy writing. Writing a paper or for use is more advanced process. So the notes that you make now, right, they are for examination. They are used for writing papers. Right? For example, the papers that I write now, right, some of them I go back to the notes that I was writing sometime back. Right? And make use of those notes. Instead of me reading things over again, so just go back to my notes and extract those notes and so on. Or use the more advanced process. If you write notes, for example, this year on motivation. Motivation, you are going to come across it many more times. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You have your notes on motivation, and next time you meet the same theory of motivation, you have your notes on Maslow. Who has heard about Maslow's theory of motivation? Abraham Maslow and motivation. Motivation theory. Taking notes helps you to become an active listener and a critical thinker. So, when you are taking notes, you become active as against a passive listener. A passive listener is when you are watching television or you are having a casual conversation with someone. Sometimes when you are having a casual conversation with someone, you end up asking, it means you are not paying attention, right? You are listening, but maybe you are somewhere else, right? Active listening is when you listen carefully to make sure you understand and learn the information that is being conveyed. When Shepherd Bushiri is preaching, people are actively listening. I hear you. It means they are actively listening. Taking notes facilitates learning by allowing you to become an effective learner. When taking notes, you stay more focused on what is being said or what you are reading, and you will be continuously analyzing. You will be forced to think rapidly about what you see and hear. So when you are taking notes, you think about what you are seeing and what you are hearing. Taking notes helps you to remember information. And mind you, when we're talking about remembering, after 20 minutes after your lecture, you have forgotten 47% of what you learned. One day, 62% of what you learned. 2 days, 69% of what you learned. 10 weeks, 75% of what you have learned. 15 weeks, 95% of what you have left. But if you think not, you are going to remember, right? For example, more than 40 years ago, I was sitting in class learning about the history of Uganda. If we go by this, it means that I will have forgotten completely about Uganda. But if you ask me now, right, about Uganda, there are quite a number of interesting things. For example, the rise and fall of Idi Amin. I will tell you that Amin has his own good and the bad. For example, for the good, Amin was very much in favor of women empowerment. During this time, the first female foreign minister and the representative to the United Nations was Libya. Have you ever heard of a lady called the Princess Elizabeth of Tours? Who is she? Wow. I thought some of you could remember or you would have come across her because she, apart from being a princess, she happened to have been one of the first African models in the fashion industry. She was a lawyer by training, but she took on the fashion industry. She became one of the most famous models in Africa. So maybe that's why Amin appointed her to become the ambassador and so on and so forth. One reasons for it. So it's very important that we take note because we cannot remember everything. So how do we prepare? We review our syllabus. We all have what at the beginning of each semester we are given our syllabus. So we review our syllabus and we know that well, after this topic we will have this topic so that we are able to read fast. And look at what the syllabus is saying. We will be given our textbooks. So we will be able to determine whether there is a close relationship between what is going to happen in class and the textbook. The textbook is usually a thick document. And sometimes, sometimes people would want to read you to read everything. But sometimes they select topics within the textbook. lecturer said that we should read everything. So this was the second time in history book, and we had to read everything. So we had to read everything, and then unfortunately the examination was multiple choice. So we had no choice but to read it. But sometimes, in some instances, for example, in another class, this was operations management, we were told to read this chapter, you read this chapter, and you read this chapter. So there is that connection, and so on. So, you determine the kind of testing, as I said, right? Is it going to be multiple choice? Now, if it is multiple choice, then you have no choice but to read the whole book in detail, and so on and so forth. Or your notes should be very, very detailed, and so on and so forth. But if you know that your examination will require you to be thinking and things like that, then perhaps you may not take the notes the way you would take if the questions were going to be multiple choice, and so on. It would also be fine if you find a class budget for someone that you are going to be studying. Study tables. Very important. I know that there are some people who like studying alone and so on and so forth. If that works for you, that's all right. But in most cases, studying alone doesn't help very much. If you study in groups, that helps because you are able to interrogate the question and help each other in answering the questions. You see, university education is not about competition, saying, I'm going to get into one point and do that. It is about collaboration and so on. So having a friend in class can be lifesaver. If you have not you have to miss class or are able to take notes and or have gaps in your notes, you will have someone to go with. If you change phone numbers with the classmates so that they can help you when you need it. So that is why we created a WhatsApp group. But what people write in that WhatsApp group, sometimes it amazes. Nothing to do is not taking and so on. What you are trying, what you should be doing is not and so on. Also, trying to clarify your feelings about the subject. Don't have a negative attitude. Because if you have a negative attitude, it's going to affect your efforts in that subject. If you have decided to take a subject, you have positive attitude about that subject. If you have negative attitude, then it might not work in your favor. For example, me, I hated one lecture so much so that I ended up giving up English because I should not have given up English. Because that lecture was so boring and things like that. So make sure that you always have a positive attitude towards your These are the most common methods of writing notes. The Cornell method, the outline method, the mapping method, charting sentences or paragraphs. Let us look at the Cornell method. This method is a systematic format of condensing and organizing notes without the need for recopying, but dividing the paper into specific sections as we saw. So what do? You divide the paper into 3 sections. Big section, you are writing main notes. On the section to your left, you are writing some important points, cues, and at the bottom, you are summarizing. So during class, you are writing notes in the main space there. Each time the instructor moves to a new point, you skip a few lines, and then you also move to a new point. So an instructor would say, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. So you also do the same. You move a few lines so that you can write some points in between. After class, complete the phrases and sentences as much as possible in the cue left section. So, in other words, you are reviewing your notes. And then when you are reviewing your notes, you are writing the main points there. And then at the column below there, you write your summary. So this is how it will look like. In one, you are recording. Write down facts and ideas, phrases. Use abbreviations when possible. After class, before, that means going through your notes again and filling blank spaces. And then you review your notes periodically, and you also reflect on your notes periodically. You know, it becomes very, very interesting to review and reflect on your notes. You find that it's very, very refreshing. On that side there, you write what is important. And below there, you are recapitulating or summarizing each main point. So that is the Camel system. Some of us are Thomas Didymus. Who knows what Thomas Didymus stands for? Sorry? Does Makani, is it a literal translation of what Thomas? Or Bandit could be. Because one Makani is different from what Bandit. So, this is how you would write. For example, we were talking here about the corner method. So why are we talking about the note-taking methods, right? What we said about note-taking was that why study? Why should we take notes? Right? Then if you were writing notes using the following method, we would say that instructor share information. That is one. Self-transfer of information. Two. Helps you become active listener. Three. Helps you become effective listener. Four. Helps you remember information. Who said listen? Water. Back. So if I were lecturing and then you are taking notes, this is what you would write if you were using the corner. And if I refer to this water pump, right? Then you put it in the board so that you remember. Right? So that was the first point that we said. The second point that we said was, how do we get ready or not taking in class? Then we review the syllabus, or what my history lecturer used to say, you review the syllabus. So the syllabus would have course objectives, would have the main topics, and would have the assignments. So that is the first point there. Why we have to review the syllabus? Because the syllabus will tell us what is it that we need to know. What are the main topics there? What assignments will we have? Right? And then the second point is the relationship between the class and the text. The third point is identifying text. The type of questions, concepts, details in notes. Because the notes will have the concept and some details on that concept. And then we can also be sharing notes, as we say, with the class buddies. Then we also talked about why we need this course. We have to be motivated. And then you have to choose them. Now, when you are reflecting on this, right, then you can go back and say, oh, this lecture talked about water pump. Who is this water pump, right? what did he talk about? Well, Waterfall talked about the students returning from late. That rate that we talked about, right? That after 15 minutes, you are forgetting 47% and so on and so forth. That is what this guy said. Right? So, because you have referred to it, it means that you are going to be remembering and so on and so forth. Right? Effective learner. When you are revising, you say, oh, what does that mean? Oh, it means that someone is going to stay focused. Right? Is going to be analyzing fast and then thinking rapidly. Right? Now, it's possible that you did not write anything there and just put some question marks. But when you are revising your notes, right, then you can reflect on what was being said there. Class settings, website, date of birth, instructors, office hours, and so on and so forth. Right? These are some of the things that can help you, right, get ready for note taking. Right? The relationship between the text, right? Is the text important? Is there supplementary information that is needed or not? What was discussed in class and so on. So, when you are revising, it means that now you have almost reflected on your class notes. Then that is when now you go to here, right? A summary. Why take notes? Active listening. Take notes because you want to be effective learner. And then water hook. Now here, just water hook, if someone is reading this, they may not even understand. Right? But because it is you now who are writing this note, when it goes there, you are able to reflect on what this one is all about. How do you prepare? Look at the syllabus. Look at the text, the questions and details. What you need to know. Relationship of the text to class. Why you want to have a class budget. And then the summary here at the end. What's taking is important at the bottom line. Part for successful college study. The students need to understand why and how good notes to help them get the grades. So this is just a summary. So that is the Carnell method. And as we said, that method was created for nursing students to help them write good notes. Any questions so far for the Carnell or not? Okay. No questions? taking method. Yeah? Here you are recording. Here you are recording. There you are reducing. And here you are manipulating or summarizing. So, when do we use these methods? We can use this method in any lecture situation. What are the advantages of this method? It provides an organized and systematic means for recording and reviewing notes. Secondly, it is an easy format for pulling out major concepts and ideas. Thirdly, it is simple and efficient. Fourthly, it saves time and effort. And lastly, it is a do it right in the first place method. In other words, if you mess up in this one, then sometimes you may not even understand your own notes. So, if you are listening carefully and if you are taking notes very meticulously, then this method will do you good. Because what you are going to do later on is just reflecting on those points that you are taking. Well, what are the disadvantages of this method? Now, in other words, this method will not suffer any disadvantages. Okay. I think we have digested enough for today. We have looked at the why we should be taking notes. And we have looked at the first, one of the most popular methods of taking notes is Cornell method of note taking. When we meet next time, we'll look at the other methods in detail. And as usual, take these things very seriously because what we will in the examination will be asking you to write short notes on these methods. Write short notes on these methods. Their advantages and disadvantages. Your name doesn't appear there, just pass it on.
Yeah.